All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the bottom line with P. Drew. So we got Arch Manning. So Texas played Ohio State in one of the biggest openers of college football season weekend. I've never had a game like this, the number one overall team Texas in the country versus the number 3 defending national champion Ohio State Buckeye. And like I always say, the hype train, when you bring the hype train and you put all the pressure on a person, a lot of times they can fold under the pressure. And that's what we seen today with Arch Manning. Arch Manning folded. Either he folded or he's not as good as advertised. Or maybe the Ohio State defense just had the bet. They were ready for him. They had the pressure, but he did not look like the preseason favorite to win the Heisman. He didn't look like the guy that's going to lead Texas to a national championship. Very uncomfortable, right from the get-go. First throw, very short, right into the dirt. I also think Texas came out with a very conservative game plan. They ran the ball a lot. I was expecting to see, they let him loose early, get him, put some pressure on Ohio State defense, throw the ball down the field, really look to push the ball down the field, and they did not do that at all. They did a lot of handoff. 3 plays in a row, run, and punt. So, with the play calling, very conservative, but on top, man, maybe the coach saw that he was just not comfortable out there playing whatsoever. So, Arch Manning today did not look, they didn't even score until the fourth quarter. They had a donut, first half donut through the third quarter. So once again, he didn't look good at all. But once again, this is what I mean when you putting so much pressure on a quarterback. When you put pressure on a person that's going out there, they trying to live up to the hype. And when they don't live up to the hype, and not only did he not play with, he just looked rattled out there. But once again, you're trying to play to the level of pressure that people put on you. And when that happens, sometimes that plays into your psyche. You're trying to make big plays instead of taking what's there. You're trying to make ESPN. Like, a lot of times that creeps into your mind. That's why I always say when people put so much hype and pressure on a person, a lot of times I don't like when that happens. Because once again, like I said, you just see, and then when they don't live up to the hype, now what's going to happen? He still got a whole season. It's only the first game. But what are you going to hear a lot of people say? He didn't show anything today that made he didn't show anything that made anybody believe that he was anything close to a Heisman. Why Texas deserved to be the number 1 overall team in the country? None of that. He didn't even play halfway decent. It was a terrible game today. So once again, going forward, I hope that to see him improve next week. And I'm not even sure who they playing. I gotta check the schedule, but based on what we saw today, there's nobody after today's game that can say he is anything close to a potential Heisman Trophy winner, number 1 overall pick in next year's NFL draft. None of No, we didn't see any of that today. So I said, hopefully he bounces back from this, but I'm very interested to see how far they dropped Texas in the rankings after watching today's game, because it was bad. It was terrible. Like, he did not have a good game. Like I said, even some of his throws, I maybe saw 2 good throws. And he only threw, I gotta check the stat, like 15, 16 passes or something, like 20, maybe 20 passes. But up to halftime, he had only thrown about 10 passes. And I'm like, that's very conservative play call. But maybe they saw, why they didn't let him loose and why they didn't let the ball rip and let him get in a rhythm early on in the game. Like I said, they was very conservative with the play calling. So, like I said, we'll see going forward what Arch Manning looks like. But as of today, that hype train has got to be gone, because we didn't see anything. He didn't have a rushing attempt the whole first half, or maybe 1 or something. But from what I saw, he didn't even run the ball. So, like I said, hopefully he'll bounce back from this, and we'll see if he can step back up if the hype drops off a little bit, and see how he looks next week.